The last thing you remember was that you felt anxious and hurried. You had to get answers. It was an ordinary day, slight breeze in the air, but the sun's rays provided a pleasant warmth, nourishing your skin with vitamin D, slightly calming your nerves. You arrived at the Pisces place, and that was it. And now here you are, in hospital, waking up to a beeping sound, hooked up to machinery. How the fuck did you end up here? The nurses rush in, your family enters the room ecstatic. They're finally here, is what you're hearing as you look around confused. Work Bay runs in after everyone and gives you a massive hug, tears flowing from their eyes. You think you've just woken up from a nice long nap with some interesting but terrifying dreams, but you're now hearing that day you remembered was 2 years ago. In Earth's timing, Trump isn't even president anymore. Did that orange Gemini really make America great again? How the fuck did I end up here? The thing with Pisces and anger is, it takes a lot to see it, but at the same time, Pisces have short tempers. The amount of Pisces walking around with holes in their tongue, from biting it so much, to not escalate or address trouble. The amount of Pisces who has nail prints in their palms, from squeezing their fist so tight to avoid raising it and rocking off his shit, will surprise you. Pisces is like the ocean, purposely stopping its storms when ships are sailing by throwing their rubbish overboard to just make sure they have a pleasant trip. When those ships dock, that's when Pisces unleashes their wrath. When nobody's around. But it can be so built up and so extreme it ends up causing natural disasters, tropical storms, with those in close proximity becoming victims. Growing up as a Pisces kid, whenever I'd hear and see thunder and lightning, I used to always think, who's mad? Someone up there or out there's anger has caused this. Why is God angry? When hearing whole islands getting flooded, I used to think, why was that area cleansed? Now meteorologists and all those scientists fully explains what happens and why. And geographically, some areas in the world are just more prone to these disasters. But then we step into the Pisces world where it's all about mysticism, fantasies, myths, magic. We stumble across people like Zeus, the god of the skies, thunder and lightning, and Poseidon, the god of the sea, earthquakes and horses. Two brothers who's known for such mighty wraths, both having associations with the two fish, from Jupiter and Neptune's adaptations in its rulerships. I guess you can say as a kid, in a roundabout way, I was onto something. Astrologers would just about mention Poseidon with Pisces, but they won't be mentioning Zeus as Jupiter's not even considered Pisces ruler anymore. Either way, one thing's for certain, if you piss the wrong Pisces off, you are going to meet a wrath so cold and frightening, your life will never be the same again. Of course there's levels to this. So if we start from the tongue-biting Pisces who doesn't want to start trouble, we can compare this to the start of a cyclone. Typically, Pisces is like lukewarm water. It's not too hot, not too cold. Perfect conditions to touch, to relax in, to play with, to drink even. But those three words, to play with, is what starts the problem when dealing with Pisces. People get too comfortable in Pisces waters. Pisces appears chill and somewhat out of it at times. So as others begin to play around for whatever reason in whatever scenario, the ocean starts to warm up, but still feels lukewarm to you. It creates like boiling water surrounding that small patch of water you're playing in. So you are totally unaware you've pissed the Pisces off while you continue to play. You may see some steam or few bubbles popping in the distant waters if you're vigilant, but normally, you and your patch of lukewarm water will be unaware fucking about. Not knowing, not only is the ocean getting hotter, but so is the air above it, and so is the Pisces. Now Pisces will be getting all these signals, all these beeps will be going off, all this tension will start forming. Pisces secretly gets mad real quickly behind their mask. But there's a lot more control. So all this transmitting going on is the equivalent to the low pressure forming near the ocean surface. It gets windy. All these thoughts, ideas are rushing around. This is where if Pisces was verbal before, they won't be anymore, cause a storm is literally forming inside. Dark clouds are forming, while to you it's a sunny and clear day. This is where all the hidden energy starts to surface. This is where the other fish starts to take the lead. Things are heating up under the clouds and above the ocean. Depending on the Pisces and your violation, by now they could have launched an attack, because all this shit gets too much to hold within. It gets too hot. And if you're literally in their face and they can't escape you, then all of a sudden you just feel that lukewarm water you're in match temperature with the surrounding water as a shark fin quickly appears and takes a fatal bite. If this is an issue where you are not in range of the Pisces and they are brewing on it, by now that cyclone is done already formed. All that heat and air starts moving rapid, which will be the two fishes swimming in circles extremely fast, and rotation is in full effect, so now we have an eye. The eye of the storm. The eye in the middle of this rapidly swirling wind is Pisces focusing directly on you. Your soul is all the Pisces is seeing, and that whole storm will be coming your way to take it. As it gets stronger and stronger as it moves across the ocean, drawing everything in from other fishes to warm air, increasing in size. But just before it gets to land, this right here is when the real wrath of Pisces happens. Because once this storm hits land, that means Pisces has controlled it all. They reappear and are calm. The storm they went through inside is over for them, but now, whenever that time comes where Pisces unleashes it, that's when you're going to experience the wrath of the fish. And this will not be a hot scorching attack, it will be ice cold. This is the stage you don't want Pisces to reach, because this is the most ruthless person you can meet, where they are cold and controlled. It sounds cool, but it's far from it. A cold Pisces is everyone's worst nightmare. If you're around when the storm's forming, Pisces can let it out early, before it's completed. Like I said, Pisces may attack you, or even cuss you out. If not, this is when you meet the true vengeance of Poseidon and the power of Zeus. This wrath is like no other, and you will not see it coming. I repeat, you will not see it coming. The element of surprise is the Pisces magician's prized treasure. Never forget, Pisces are sensitive people in every way. But what pisses Pisces off is, not only are people inconsiderate, Pisces knows what not to do around others that will piss others off. So when others cannot share this same insight or consideration, it frustrates the fish. Pisces knows if they have pissed you off, even if it's accidentally. They'll know. But even if you piss off a Pisces and they may not show it, for you to not even think of how they may accidentally take something you meant wrong, this sets people up to meet the other fish, unfortunately. A Pisces is a self-centered person's nemesis. Pisces is a sign that is fully focused on their self and others. It's like being too aware. So that's what makes Pisces careful. Even if Pisces acts like they lack accountability, they will always know inside what they are accountable for. They can't even run from it. Whether they show it to others or not is another story, especially if being accountable is demanded of them, like forcing Pisces to submit. You'll meet the opposite. So Pisces know they have this strong, and it's no exaggeration, this strong, intense wrath that can be unleashed if taken there. They will try their most to avoid it. Because the whole process, that whole storm forming process, is draining as hell. It takes a lot out of the fish, but once they ride it and control it, and the problem that caused it isn't solved, oh, you will meet a wrath like no other. And it doesn't matter how mature a Pisces gets, the storm is still there to be formed. There's just more wisdom to be applied. and we find ways to stop the storm forming from the minute we feel our water's getting hot. That's why we may escape situations. Pisces is literally scared of themselves. I've told many stories of my anger in my younger days, and I'd like to think I'm not that way anymore. That's the old me. But you never know until a situation arises that causes the air to get hot. Once you've met that shark, once that dark fish gets activated, this is what will really make Pisces isolate and avoid people. Because it doesn't take much to get into our mindset where we want to destroy people. Because the storm that comes forms mainly from others. It's a pain when we fishes are lovers, but we're vicious when triggered with bullshit. You pressed play on death, we can't pause it. But we try, so we may run and hide to cleanse, but inside what we feel you won't survive, the end, time after time, and we don't like the result, but we can make your souls float as if we like seeing ghosts. There's no empathy, there's no let me jump into their shoes and see where it's fuck their shoes. What shoes are you even wearing? I ain't putting on that shit. Those same shoes will be hanging on a phone line after Pisces is done with you. Bryan Cranston once said, "You clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No, I am the one who knocks." The main issue is others not being aware of this about Pisces. It's all an illusion. They think it's bubblegum and nursery rhymes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Listen, you little motherfucker. Who told you to catch a fish alive, then let it go? Pick up the fish, scare it, make it suffocate a bit, then drop it back into the water. Leave the fishes them alone. Because that same fish will see you looking in the water one day and appear as a sardine when it's really a tiger shark. You get to 5 and go pick it up. Then the shark fin magically appears where you're grabbing, causing you to pick up a tiger shark by its fin, lifting it out of the water as if you're some master fisherman before your whole face gets bitten off. You want to know about the Pisces wrath, Pisces vengeance, the storm that forms in Pisces? Pick them up and drop them like they're harmless and you'll learn who you're fucking with. The reason that person at the start woke up out of a coma? Let's go back 5 years ago. The time you fucked up. The office Christmas party. So you know the Pisces. You've seen them pick up their partner a few times. You've locked eyes with the Pisces and turned away. You were never happy when you saw the Pisces because why? You had a little crush on their partner. Work bae, right? No, it was more than a crush. You was in love. Yeah, Pisces used to hear all about you. Too much about you. It wasn't just work. You two were messaging each other outside of work. Pisces and their partner could be watching Netflix, then ping. Oh, look at what so-and-so sent me. So you're sending memes now. I see. Pisces just smiled whilst being fuming inside. Why show jealousy and be kept completely out of the loop? Nah, the Pisces played it cool. Lukewarm waters, remember? So what happened at the Christmas party? I mean, it was 5 years ago. But yeah, you remember that kiss. The Pisces actually saw it. They were there. Yeah, that weird looking security guard with the bad skin. That was a mask. The fish was behind that. The real security guard was tied up. Pisces saw you both leave the party, kiss outside the building, and leave in a taxi. Where did you go? Because Pisces was told by their partner, they left that place at 5 a.m. Had a whale of a time with their workmates, but saw you both leave at 1 a.m. So where did you go? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. That's what was playing when you both left early. So where the fuck did you go? Because Pisces was told you was all there until 5 a.m. You see, by then, Pisces already knew what was up. They found your note telling their partner to leave them. How romantic. Who even writes love notes anymore? Is this 1983? They sensed the happiness whenever your name appeared on their phone. Things haven't felt right for a long time. Sessions turned into quickies. Snogs turned into pecks. It was you who got the rest of that. Pisces knew they were sharing with you through the seat. That storm already formed and was stored before they even met you in person. They looked you in your eyes and you looked away. For 2 years, Pisces acted like they knew nothing. They sat and listened to the stories. They never showed any signs of jealousy or suspicion. Then on a random day, 3 years ago, you went into work, expecting to see work bay, remember? But they didn't turn up. You sent them a message and got no reply. That's strange. You normally got a response in minutes. A week goes by. Nobody's heard from them. Work's been in contact with the Pisces, and the Pisces said they're visiting family. A family emergency has happened. Work isn't happy. This is an unsanctioned holiday and could result in termination. Work bay's not normally like this. They've never missed a day of work. Why wasn't you told? You thought to yourself, we were going to get the lunchtime special together. Time went by and it turns out nobody had heard from work bay. The authorities were involved. Their family and all your workmates were worried. The Pisces was questioned many times, but was as worried and confused as the rest. And CCTV did indeed show work bay leaving with bags that morning, like the Pisces said. So where did they go? You knew something weren't right. They wouldn't just up and leave like that. Every day you were waiting to hear just something, but you just couldn't take the suspense anymore. So a year later, you got the wise idea to turn up to their flat. You wanted to look the Pisces in their eyes and question them. This isn't right. One-on-one, let's have it out. So after work, you hopped on over there. Knew the address and everything, didn't you? Ding dong. The Pisces opened the door. I was expecting you. Come in. Confused, you stepped into their house, aka the middle of their ocean. And you're found a few days later washed up on a beach miles away. So now here you are, on a hospital bed. Work bay's next to you. Family's next to you. Nurses are next to you. But then it starts to feel even more strange. Feels like a dream. You can't even feel your body. And start getting flashbacks from the nap you thought you just took. It actually reminded you of how they described purgatory in the Bible. You had to make amends for your sins. Don't you remember? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Oh look, what's that? That bright light is coming from the doorway. Oh look, everyone in the room is starting to wisp away into the mist. You're all alone now, and whoa, is that a stairway? Yes it is. You're ready. Go, my friend. Wait, am I dead? Just go, my friend. Go join the rest. You and Workbase sent the Pisces crazy. Whilst you was in purgatory, Pisces was literally cleaning up. You're gonna be surprised who else you see when you go up those stairs. Don't worry, you won't see the Pisces. That Pisces soul's burning. Got sucked into the eye of their own storm, committing sin after sin. They can't even repent. Imagine that. They may burn for eternity. Once the Pisces let it all out, nothing was left, including that Pisces. They didn't take much care with you, nor your loved ones. DNA was everywhere. That shit was principle. As for their partner, your work bae, still not found to this day. Even though you've seen them, no one on earth has found their shell. And that concludes my TED talk for the day. But why didn't the Pisces just leave when they found out they were being cheated? Because some Pisces like pain, okay? Some like the pain. It makes them feel alive. And it's what gets sucked into the forming of that thunderstorm. It generates so much power. Negative feelings are oh so powerful. Do you know what you can do with negative energy? It takes a lot for Pisces to leave those waters once crossed.